Good evening, all you film enthusiasts out there. Our film today is called Upgrade, and it tells the story of a man who experiences a great betrayal and gets implanted with a chip that controls him and kills people. Let's dive in and see what happens. The film begins with a guy named Gray, who is a skilled mechanic. Any car he touches turns into a powerful machine. At that time, he had an important client whom he had to please because he was highly valued. Then his wife, Asha, arrives. Gray is amazed by her car, and they greet each other and enter their house together. They have a great time and enjoy each other's company. Later, Gray informs Asha that he needs to deliver his car to a client because it's a precious possession. Gray asks Asha to accompany him so they can spend time together and she can drive her car back while he returns because he dislikes buses and the subway due to the strong odor. Asha, tired from work, agrees to his request. Gray drives the car, and his wife follows behind like a bodyguard, except she's an incredibly fierce one. Afterward, they enter the desert together until they reach a large rock. Gray and Asha descend into it, finding a huge and deep passage. Asha is a bit anxious, but Gray reassures her that it's just a hiccup, and they will come out of it. Then they meet someone named Iron, who stands in front of an artificial cloud and controls it. Iron is a brilliant hacker and electronics genius who owns a computer company called Face. Asha, Gray's wife, happens to know Iron. She tells him, "I know you. I also work in electronics. I work at Copland Industrial Limbs, and we are trying to advance our company to reach your high level." Iron, unimpressed, replies, "Who are you to reach my level? You can't even reach a quarter of my level. I am the hacker, my dear." Iron takes his car back from them, and Gray and Asha return home in their car. While on the road, Asha expresses her fear and asks Gray not to deal with Iron again because she sees him as a dangerous person. Gray replies, "Shame on you, you have a lioness in you." The truth is, we don't know if he is the lion or if she is the hero. During the journey in Asha's car, which Gray refers to as the hero's car, they take a wrong turn. Asha commands the car to take them back home, but the car does not respond and continues to increase its speed. Asha tells Gray to press the brake twice, but it's no use. The car doesn't stop and accelerates even more. Asha is scared, and Gray is worried about her. Suddenly, due to the high speed, the car flips over with them inside. Then a gang appears and pulls them out of the car. They kill Asha, and Gray tries to defend her but gets shot in the chest. Gray falls to the ground and can't move, watching his wife, who is already dying. Time passes, and the police and ambulance arrive. They confirm Asha's death and take Gray to the hospital, but the police investigation leads to no avail. 3 months pass, and Gray finally leaves the hospital after receiving the necessary treatment. However, he is paralyzed and confined to a wheelchair, unable to move on his own. Gray feels devastated by the loss of his wife, Asha, and harbors immense anger. He decides to seek revenge against those responsible for what happened to him and his beloved. He returns home with his mother, who is always by his side. They create numerous devices to assist him in his daily life. Together, they design a custom wheelchair that incorporates advanced features like voice commands, automatic adjustments, and obstacle detection. The wheelchair not only provides Jesse with mobility but also empowers him to navigate his surroundings independently. Inspired by their success with the wheelchair, Jesse and his mother continue their inventive journey. They collaborate on developing a communication device that translates Jesse's thoughts into spoken words. Using cutting-edge technology, they create a wearable headset that captures Jesse's brain signals and converts them into synthesized speech. This breakthrough invention gives Jesse the ability to express himself verbally, opening up a whole new world of communication for him. As Jesse's story gains attention, his resilience and ingenuity inspire others facing similar challenges. Motivated by their desire to make a positive impact, Jesse and his mother establish a foundation dedicated to improving the lives of individuals with disabilities. They raise funds and collaborate with experts from various fields to develop innovative solutions that address specific needs, such as accessible housing, inclusive education, and assistive technologies. Jesse's foundation becomes a catalyst for change, sparking widespread awareness and fostering a more inclusive society. Their work transcends borders, and they collaborate with organizations and individuals around the globe to share knowledge and resources. Jesse becomes an advocate for disability rights, using his platform to raise awareness and promote equal opportunities for everyone, regardless of their abilities. Through their relentless determination, Jesse and his mother inspire a paradigm shift in society's perception of disabilities. They challenge preconceived notions, proving that limitations can be overcome with innovation, support, and a belief in one's potential. Jesse's story becomes a symbol of hope, reminding us all of the power of resilience, love, and the human spirit to overcome adversity. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions, Jesse receives numerous awards and accolades. He becomes a role model for people of all ages, showing them that with determination and perseverance, dreams can be realized. Jesse's journey continues to inspire future generations to embrace their own unique abilities and make a difference in the world. As the years go by, Jesse's legacy lives on, as his foundation continues to innovate and create positive change. His story becomes a part of history, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of individuals who defy limitations and strive for a more inclusive and compassionate world. Jesse's impact is immeasurable, leaving an enduring legacy that transcends time. And so, the story of Jesse and his remarkable journey teaches us that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit has the power to soar. It reminds us that with love, support, and innovation, we can transform lives and make the world a better place for all. Then Gray starts running on the treadmill and finds himself running very fast with great distinction. He is happy with every step he takes in his significant progress. Then he returns to his house and sits in his wheelchair. At that moment, he discovers that the investigator sent him files related to the incident so he can try to remember something from them. Then Gray gets anxious and scared when he hears someone talking behind him, but when he looks, he doesn't see anyone. That's when he realizes that the system inside his body is the one talking to him, and he becomes very afraid of it. He asks it to be quiet and not to speak unless it tells him to. Then Gray asks the device inside him, and it tells him, "You are not crazy, but I am with you and I will help you with everything you desire. That's my mission." Then the device tells him, "I want you to focus well on the video of the incident and look at the man's hand who was killing your wife." The video starts playing, and Gray focuses on it as the device requested. Then Gray notices that the man's hand did not have a weapon. The weapon was implanted inside his hand. The device then informs him that the man who stole your wife's bag had his face tattooed on his hand. After that, Gray couldn't see the face clearly. Then the system takes control of his hand and starts drawing the face on a piece of paper so that he can see it clearly. Then the device helps him decipher the codes in the tattoo and also tells him who is following him and provides all the information. At that moment, Gray quickly contacts the investigator to let her know everything he has discovered. However, the system realizes that there is no evidence of all this because the tattoo on his hand was not visible in the camera, so none of them would believe him, and he would not have sufficient evidence to present. After that, Gray goes back to the man's house the next morning and surveils the entire house until the man appears. He follows him to a location. Then Gray arrives at the man's house and enters it. Before entering, the device inside him informs him that there are no alarm systems or cameras in the house, and he can easily enter. After that, Gray searches the house thoroughly, trying to find any evidence or anything that proves that this person is the one who killed his wife. But he doesn't find anything at that time. Then Gray was about to leave the house, but at that moment, he notices someone entering the house, and the device asks him to hide. But then the man who entered the house becomes aware of him, and Gray attacks him, but Gray is unable to overpower him. However, Gray orders the device to take control, and the device takes control of Gray's body and kills the intruder. Then the man grabs a knife, but with the help of the device, Gray manages to kill him with it and stabs him. After that, the device returns control to Gray's body. Then Gray washes his face, and the device asks him to wipe any fingerprints he left in the house. But Gray tells it, "I don't remember what I touched in the house." Then the device tells him, "All right, I will take control of you and fix you." After that, the body of the person Gray killed is delivered to the investigator after the police were informed of what happened. When they examine the body, they discover that the man had many implants inside him, in addition to advanced weapons embedded in his bones. At that moment, the investigator is surprised by what she sees and discusses it with the forensic doctor. Then Gray meets Iron, and Iron tells him that he needs to be careful and keep the information they've discovered between themselves for now. Iron explains that the case they are working on is much more complex than they initially thought and involves high-level individuals with significant influence. He warns Gray that there could be potential dangers and pressures from various sources trying to obstruct their investigation. Gray, already intrigued by the mysterious circumstances surrounding the case, nods in agreement. He understands the gravity of the situation and the importance of maintaining discretion. Iron advises Gray to focus on gathering evidence and building a strong case before revealing their findings to anyone outside their trusted circle. As the investigation progresses, Gray and Iron delve deeper into the web of secrets and corruption. They uncover connections to powerful individuals within the government, business tycoons, and even organized crime syndicates. Each revelation brings them closer to the truth but also puts them at higher risk. The investigator and the forensic doctor work tirelessly, examining evidence, conducting interviews, and piecing together the puzzle. They face numerous challenges along the way, including threats, intimidation, and attempts to discredit their work. However, Their determination and dedication keep them going, fueled by their shared commitment to justice. Months pass, and their relentless pursuit of the truth begins to pay off. They uncover a trail of financial transactions, forged documents, and covert operations that link the powerful individuals to a far-reaching conspiracy. The evidence points to a network of corruption designed to manipulate the system and exploit the vulnerable. Realizing the gravity of their findings, Gray and Iron decide it's time to take the next step. They approach a trusted senior official within the law enforcement agency, someone known for their integrity. With caution, they share their evidence, explaining the extent of the corruption they have unearthed. The senior official, impressed by the thoroughness of their investigation, acknowledges the importance of their work. Recognizing the sensitivity of the situation, the official agrees to provide the necessary resources and support to ensure the safety of Gray and Iron and the successful prosecution of those involved. With newfound backing, Gray and Iron continue their pursuit of justice with renewed determination. The investigation takes on a broader scope as more individuals are implicated, and the case gains significant media attention. The public becomes aware of the corruption and demands accountability from the powerful figures involved. As the trial approaches, Gray and Iron find themselves surrounded by a team of dedicated prosecutors, investigators, and legal experts. Together, they present a formidable force against the entrenched power structure. The courtroom becomes a battleground where truth clashes with influence, and justice hangs in the balance. In the end, the trial serves as a turning point, not just for Gray and Iron but for the entire country. The evidence presented is overwhelming, leaving no room for doubt or manipulation. The guilty parties are convicted, and the corrupt network begins to crumble under the weight of public outrage and legal consequences. Gray and Iron, having successfully exposed the truth and ensured justice prevails, find solace in their shared victory. Their collaboration has not only solved a complex case but has also highlighted the power of integrity and determination in the face of adversity. With the case closed, Gray and Iron part ways, knowing that their paths may cross again in the future. Both carry the experiences and lessons learned, ready to take on new challenges and fight for justice wherever it may be threatened. Their shared journey has forged a bond that will endure, reminding them of the profound impact two individuals can have in the pursuit of truth and the triumph of justice. And then you can cancel Iron's control, and let him know that the device will restart when it's reset, and you can walk away and leave him. But then the people who follow Tolan arrive. And at that moment, the gang was going to finish him off, but the device inside Gray starts working, and Gray runs and escapes from them quickly. Then they manage to catch up with him, and here Gray asks the device to take control of everything, and the device can eliminate all of them. After that, he returns to his home. But while he is at home, he sees his mother standing on her own feet. Here, his mother knows that he had a secret operation that enabled him to move again, and she warns him not to let anyone know what happened. After that, the investigator arrives and tells him, "Yesterday, a murder took place, and we found your chair at the crime scene." And he says, "Yesterday, I was walking behind someone, and the people there attacked me, took my chair, and someone there helped me and put me in a taxi." Then the investigator leaves, and Gray talks to the device and tells it that they must find a solution to end all this and capture Fisk and get rid of him before they are caught. And at that moment, a problem arises between him and the device, and they argue. The investigator hears all of that and records it. Then Gray leaves with his car, and the investigator follows him. At that moment, Gray manages to find the investigator's spy device, and the device informs him that the investigator is the one who planted it with him to know everything about him. Then Gray encounters the investigator and tries to escape from her, but she pursues him. He asks the device for help, and the device causes an electronic car to collide with her car, disabling her movement, and he escapes with Gray. After that, the investigator gets out of her car and goes to talk to his mother, asking her to reveal everything to her. Then Gray arrives at Fisk's place, and there Fisk tells him that he was the target of the operation to make him paralyzed, and his wife was an unexpected gain. Here, Gray is forced and fights him with all his strength. A huge battle erupts between them, with each one trying to display their immense power and advanced abilities. Gray manages to kill Fisk and asks the device to continue monitoring his calls to find out who is responsible for him and his wife's murder and causing him paralysis. Then he receives a message from Iron that he must kill Gray. At that moment, Gray knows that Iron is behind everything that has happened. Gray goes to Iron to kill him. He enters and destroys all his guards until he reaches Iron and says to him, "Why did you kill my wife?" And Iron says, "I'm not the one responsible for her death." Then the investigator appears behind him and asks him to drop his weapon, but he manages to hit her and strangle her with his hand. Then she shocks him, and he falls to the ground. At that moment, Iron gets up and tells him that the device inside him controls him, just as it controls him, and it is responsible for everything. Then, at the device's command, Gray kills Iron. Then he goes to kill the investigator, but the device tries to trick him and makes him see his wife Asha in his subconscious mind so that he can control the investigator. Then the device kills the investigator. And here the movie ends.